I am Richard from Roll20. I'm here with Charles Goodwin. He's one of our very involved GMs. I'm going to ask him a couple questions, kind of get to know him a little bit. So, Charles, or do you want to call you Chuck? How do you like to
Chuck
go
is
by?
best. Yeah.
Chuck. Okay, Chuck. You can call me Richard. Okay.
All right, cool.
What age or how long have you been playing tabletop games?
Well, my cousin introduced me to it originally when I was about 6 or 7. So before I even could understand exactly what I was doing, I was having a fun time playing around with him. And then I started kind of playing on my own maybe in the 90s. So when I was about 10 or 11 with AD&D 2.0. AD&D at that point. And then continued playing all the way through high school and pretty much into college. So for about 20 some odd years, I've been tabletopping. For the past probably 5 years, I moved to Florida to be with my wife, and I left my gaming group in Indiana. And I couldn't really find a good group of people down here that wanted to play.
Yeah.
So we kind of had a lull for a couple of years until one of my friends actually found Roll20. And we're like, hey, let's give it a shot. And I think we started October last year, and we've been playing every week since.
Awesome. And you still play, you said you played A&D. Is that what you play now?
Now we play Pathfinder, which is basically what D&D 4. I know you're a D&D 4 guy. Yeah, it's basically 3.5. It's 4.0 done the way it should have been.
Okay.
Because Wizards took over and they tried to turn it into a miniatures game and kind of squish the role-playing element of the game a bit, in my opinion. With 4.0, everything is like encounter-based. Like you can use this, and everything is like balanced. It's almost like World of Warcraft gone role-playing.
Right.
Whereas Pathfinder is, every class isn't the same at every level.
Right.
Your skills are separate. You get skills like per day or per session, not every encounter kind of thing.
Right. What are the other, do you like any kind of board games or any other kind of role-playing games, or you're just a D&D Pathfinder guy?
I'll play anything, to be honest. For a while there, I did a lot of White Wolf, Werewolf, Vampire the Masquerade, Wraith. Depending upon the group of people I'm with, I'm very versatile, and I'll play in storyteller, GM, pretty much anything. Had a short run-in with Shadowrun, and didn't quite understand the system very well, so that was a pretty short-lived campaign. But
Shadowrun it's set in the future, right?
Yeah,
futuristic fantasy.
It's almost, I hesitate to say steampunk, but you got your trolls and your magic, but you've got your shotguns and your computer hacking, and it's a very complicated world,
right?
And so it was just easier to stick with either straight fantasy or White Wolf.
And you said you found Roll20 back in October. Do you use it regularly, or like do you use it off and on? Do you use it? Do you have an in-person group too, or do you use?
Well, since I moved, I haven't really found an in-person group down here in Florida. So I use it mostly to keep in contact with my core group of friends that I've had for 20 years or so.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We play every Monday night, 8:30 to 11, religiously, since we found it and liked it. So
before Roll20, when was the last time you played with these guys?
I would go back and visit about 2, maybe 3 times a year, and we would put aside like 3 days and do nothing but hardcore role play.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad. What's your favorite feature about Roll20?
When I got into the dynamic lighting, I was like, this is just absolutely amazing. I mean, it took me a while to get used to building the lines for doors separately and things like that. Once I figured out that tool, it was just awesome. Right. And I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really like the fog of war, because then you have to erase and rebuild and erase and rebuild. And when I role play, I'm more into role playing and hanging out with my friends to set in the GM tool and copy and paste and erase lines. In the dynamic lighting, just fixed it all.
Right.
It was just an amazing
It's like
utility.
what's that? Like that old infomercial, set it and forget it.
Exactly.
Once it's in there, it just does what it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. It's
Cool.
a wonderful thing.
So what's one thing you don't like about Roll20, or that bugs you, or you wish that it had that it doesn't have, that would make your game better?
What would really make it easier would be the jukebox, to be able to organize tracks better, or I know it goes through SoundHound. Either have an easier accessible library, and the ability to group.
It's like save tracks, group tracks.
Exactly, especially reorganized tracks.
Reorganized tracks. I didn't even thought about like maybe like playing a track like a certain time period or something.
Right.
Queuing up tracks, so one track plays after another track after another track.
Right, because if you're going through a 2-hour dungeon crawl,
right,
you have to keep remembering.
The same 3-minute song repeat.
I made them listen. I made them listen to this 2-minute song for the last hour.
Like, exactly. Yeah, sorry, remind me, I'm busy DMing over here. Yeah.
And in all, I mean, it's one of those. It'll be nice, but not important. I mean, it's important, but not essential. Not a game breaker.
It's the kind of thing that, like, when we played a real table, I would never thought about music. But since it's there, it's nice to have.
Yeah, I've even tried it before, where you grab the remote to the CD player and you try to skip tracks, and it's more of a distraction than anything else.
It's like just throw the Lord of the Rings soundtrack on.
Exactly, and just let it go.
Okay, so I guess the Pathfinder specifically, what do you like most about the game, like the rule set?
Yeah. It's your default D20 system,
right?
And I mean, it's just what I've been playing since I was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
Not much changes. The rules get updated. The comp gets a little more complicated, but for the most part, you've got a very basic D20 system. You have a target number you want to hit. Compared to other role-playing games, it's fast. Right. I mean, combat always takes forever when you start rolling dice, but if you ever played White Wolf with opposing checks and re-rolls and target numbers, if you get more than 3 or 4 people together, you're doing one round of combat for like 20 minutes, because it's you attack, they dodge, you damage, they soak, and it's like 5 rolls for one round of combat.
Right.
Whereas with Pathfinder,
combat's supposed to take 5 seconds or something, right?
Yeah, 6 seconds around.
6 seconds around.
So they roll as AC's 20. Oh, well, especially with the macros built into Roll20, you hit 1 dice, you got your attack roll, your bonuses and everything already there. And then, you roll your damage, I mark down the hit points. It lets you get over the mechanics and lets you play more. And that's my biggest, I enjoy it because it's smooth.
Cool. So today we're going to play Pathfinder, right?
Yes.
So you did a little bit. Explain to me what, I guess, the Pathfinder game that you're currently in, like what level everybody is or what's going on.
Right now the party is continually changing their minds on whose side they're on, which is one of the things I love about role-playing. It's so open-ended that what I think they're going to do, half the time they don't end up doing, and I have to come up with an alternate plan on the whim, which is an exciting part about storytelling. So there's a cursed woman named Samantha, and she's been turned into a half Medusa. And they were originally going to try to help her relieve her curse, but they think she has treasure, so they tried to take her out, but she was too powerful because she's a Medusa and they don't fight blind very well. So they found the transmogrifier that is responsible for it. So they're going to his tower to try to exterminate him, to take his treasure, to uncurse the Medusa,
and get her
to go kill her, to take her treasure also. And
Operation Smash Monkey's a success.
Balls.
We now have a wheelbarrow full of fruit, fellas.
As you guys are examining the wheelbarrow of fruit, the door to the south begins to open.
Oh, shit.
I still have my arrow notched ready, right? With fire?
Yes. Kevin, you see like an orb of light just floating down the hallway towards the door that opened. You think it's a enchanted, mundane item. is what you pull out of your Arcana checks. So the orb kind of floats into the room, and then a mouth appears on the orb.
I shoot it.
Go for it.
It's like Ming's little. It's like Ming's little ball that floats into the room in Flash Gordon.
It is exactly like Ryan.
All right, yeah, you shot it. The arrow goes, the fiery arrow goes and kind of clips the corner of the orb, which kind of pushes the orb back a little bit.
It's like in Zelda.
It kind of spins in.
To the end of the
It
wall.
kind of spins in circles, even though I guess you can't really see that it's spinning. But
I golf clap.
and the little,
Why,
the
what
little
the
mouth
fuck's going
appears.
on in there?
Wait, why did you destroy my monkey?
Because you're torturing the poor beast, you
I killed your
insufferable
f***ing monkey. What do you want to do about it?
It's a much better monkey now than it was.
What?
It couldn't leave this room.
It didn't need
It
to.
ain't no monkey no more. It's a pile of goo.
In all honesty, I don't really care for any of them. I just like to build them.
You know,
All right,
You're
well,
really
we'll smash them
disturbed.
then, and you build some more.
I will
don't-
build some more.
Why don't we meet in person?
Would you like another arm or possibly a tail?
No.
How about you get a hammer graft to your ass, mate?
I could make a hammer arm. Would you like a hammer arm?
Why do you say whenever you stop talking?
It's because English.
Are you
Excuse me.
Canadian?
What's a Canadian?
I suggest you guys just leave. You're destroying months of work.
Right, right.
So
Well,
you're gonna come and stop us?
Why would you do this in the first place?
Because
Maybe-
he's fucking crazy.
Why
maybe a
wouldn't you do
certain
this?
sum of money would convince us to leave, as in more than what we're gonna get paid for taking your bleeding head to some who owns a farm somewhere.
Dude, that's a good point.
Probably ain't got no money anyway, because we burnt his farm down because we don't give a f***.
What is my hide worth now?
What was it? It's like 10,000, right?
I don't remember. I'm not the numbers guy. I'm the doors guy.
I didn't write it down.
I didn't
Yeah.
either.
You have the poster.
Oh yeah, it was 10,000. Okay. Yep. Yeah, it was 10. You're worth 10,000. I mean 20,000. 20.
well.
Forgot. It was there's two different people, so we could get 20,000, one for your head, one for your torso. So we split that up. But see, if you pay us, let's say 50, we'll just
Oh
leave.
yeah, remember that Sphinx was gonna make us kings of the Oasis too. So that's like worth, half that in ladies too. So
What?
minus
Don't
the
tell this
cost
guy
of-
you want half a lady, because that's what you'll get. Just stop talking.
well,
Give us
Well-
50,000 to leave.
I am
45.
offering 50,000 for the return of one of my creatures.
Which one's that?
It's one that got away shortly after its creation. It's somewhere to the north.
Christ,
It was
Christ,
a-
why did you ask? We don't need no more side quests.
Was it?
It was
Just let him finish. Let him finish.
It was a half Medusa woman. Well, it was a woman, but it turned into a half Medusa when I was done with it.
Now, see, let me ask you a theoretical question as a fellow wizard. If I kill you, does all your, transmutation stuff break down? Or does it endure past your expiration date?
I heard if you chop his head off, you get control of him yourself. After you get, lifted in the air and you get sparks and shiny things in your bum.
Wrong.
Wow. I
Hey.
think the hammer might have lost something at some point.
Clifford. I'm whispering to Clifford. Clifford, go
That
tell him.
doesn't sound like a whisper.
What?
Alright.
Go terminate that thing.
Right. The wish
So-
is my command.
You transmute creatures against their will.
Um,
The
Yes.
26 hit.
And you don't see anything wrong with that.
Was a 26 hit?
The orb gets shattered into 1,000 pieces. The hammer comes down and just utterly bashes it.
Oi, connection interrupted, mate. Scream!
Damn it.
Somebody's been using AOL for too long. Okay.
You got